Hare Krishna! Welcome to the Dham Good podcast, your favorite Hare Krishna lifestyle podcast. I am your host, Premarupa, and my co-host today is Jambavan! Woohoo! And of course, behind the camera, we have Kripa! So, how are we? How's life? How do I introduce Jambavan? Jambavan is from South Africa. He works with Maharaj's dramas. He's a famous actor within our community. Yeah. And you're settled here now, yeah?
They changed the e-visa regulations for South Africans in India.
Okay.
So maximum I have until June.
Okay.
Because it's like I can only do the Nepal thing.
Right.
Go there, and then the extension is only like 180 days.
Okay.
Not longer than that.
That's it.
That's whack. So either way, like June will be the end, and then I'll come back properly. Probably have to get like it's so whack. We have to get like a different visa.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Can you get the entry, the normal entry visa?
Yeah.
The one that everyone
Like not a tourist visa.
The normal entry X visa.
I think so.
That's the one that, because those ones are good. You get like 5 years. And you just.
But you see, the thing is, you get 5 years and stuff with e-visas as well. But I think it has its limitations.
Yeah, X is usually a lot better.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, like I love the peace of mind here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love. Like a glove. It's like my heart is happy here.
Really?
Yeah.
Compared to South Africa.
I mean, so I love South Africa as well. I mean, home is home.
Yeah.
But it's like there's just a level of peace of mind that I can like easily access here. And like when I'm in South Africa, it's like it's there, but if you're in your native country, there's sort of like more responsibility on your social standard, economic standard, all these things. But like when you're in another country, people are just happy you're here. Like, oh my God, like a black person in India. You're just like, oh my God. So it's like, whatever you want to do, Yeah. So it's like I have.
Do you ever see like another black person? You're like,
obviously, you know, it's like Wakanda forever. You know this. It's like, yeah, when you see melanin, it's like, oh my God, thank you. Now I have to over-explain my jokes. Like now I have to like, there's some kirtans that have to like suffer together with you. And, you know, it's like nice kirtan.
There's a brotherhood there.
It's a brotherhood thing, and it's like there's every nation or every person has a rhythm. You know what I mean? There's a rhythm, like how I speak in my native language, like nanga tomu kuluma now ihlezi nje uyazi ukuthi ngamkhulumu ngakhona umlomo ukhamba kuhle namagama. But if I start speaking English, it's like, even though I can speak English, I'd have to like think like, okay, English. But it's like the more you see people from home, it's like, you know, even if it's not like your language, but it's like,
right.
It's like, yeah. Like, can we get a djembe in this kirtan? You know what I mean? Like, I like the mardangas, but can we get a djembe or a shaker or something? You know what I mean?
This kirtan's been slow for like 2 hours. Can we pick it up a little bit?
Yeah, it's like,
we're trying to vibe here. Like,
and even when you pick up, you know, there's a way you pick up.
Yeah.
Like, if you listen to Fela Kuti is an artist from the 70s, from Nigeria, Yoruba. And Fela Kuti's music had like a really like heartbeat like progression before we get to fast mode. But it's the style here. But it's like there's also other styles in the world because it's the international society, you know?
Right.
Yeah, there's like Bulgarian style, there's Pantula style, there's whatever style. It's like there's So in translation, sorry, what I said in Ndebele was just
Yeah,
saying.
that would be really nice.
Yeah.
I was like a white lady, like, wow, that was so profound.
The language is called Ndebele, native to South Africa. My grandmother and my mother are Ndebele. And what I was saying in Ndebele was the way I'm speaking in my natural tongue feels more natural. That's when, like, and then in English I said, seeing another black person is like, you know, even though we don't say it like, yo, like, how'd you get here?
Right.
Pitting cotton. No, not like that. But like, it's like, yo, what up? You know, it's like we could address how the hell we're here, but how are you? Yeah.
I get that. There's like a weird sense of relief in a way.
Yeah.
It's because I get like that whenever I see like West Indian people, like when I see like another Trinidadian or another like Guyanese person.
Yeah.
Like I get so excited. I mean, I left Trinidad when I was like 3. So I clearly don't have an accent, but like, you know, but I'm still like very much part of the culture, the food, the places, the everything, you know?
Yeah.
So like, even I don't know this person, but I'm like, let me take you everywhere, come to my house and have prasadam, you know what I mean? I get really excited. So I feel you with that, you know?
Like, it's like that. It's like,
and it feels like home when you're far away from home.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like that's something to embrace within our movement. You know, Srila Prabhupada, God bless his beautiful soul. Like, okay, took on this culture, brought it to the West, but it's like there's certain aspects in the culture that other cultures were already practicing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like completely new, like to protect a cow or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, like to Africans or in other places in like Siberia or whatever. But it's like, the beauty is in finding the individuality within the cultures. You know, it's like someone who comes from Liberia, like it's from a totally different world, totally different style, totally different type of music, you know. And someone who comes from Uganda also has like a total different style. And I feel like it's not as embraced or explored within ISKCON.
Right.
You know, it's
like they're just sort of Africa, black. That's
you know,
it.
it's like you like it's. I mean, I get the whole. Like we don't see a lot of black people, but it's like a continent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all you get is like, you from Africa, like, do you know this guy? And it's like that's
like me in America, like growing up.
You know, like I was in the States last year, and New York is huge.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
New York is huge. Like we were in upstate New York, in Newport, driving to like the center where Genevieve Harris was performing.
Yeah.
And that's like close to like, what's it called? The Square Central Park?
Times Square?
Times Square.
Yeah.
Like it's close to Times Square. We're still in New York. We drove 5 hours.
Yeah.
We were still in New York.
Yeah,
we drove 5 hours. Yeah. In South Africa, if you were to drive 5 hours, you're in another country.
You would have gotten somewhere.
You know, you're in another country.
Yeah, America's like that. It's huge.
It's like
you will drive 5 hours and still not leave the state. Have you ever driven through Florida? Florida's awful.
It's also huge?
It's long because Florida's shaped like this. Oh. So I used to live in Miami, which is like at the very end. So you want to leave Florida, you're driving a good 10, 15 hours. Like, yeah, just to get out. It's like this through
like I'm still in Florida.
You're like, I spent 10 hours
I'm still in
and
Florida.
I just passed Orlando.
So that means someone from a different part of the country or a different part of the world will call you in the morning, leaving Florida, go to sleep, eat, have dinner, wake up tomorrow.
And you're like, yeah, I just left Florida. I'm in Georgia now. It's
like,
another 4 hours till I leave
Florida.
Georgia. Like, it's
like
rough.
2 hours later, go have fun, do it, like watch a movie like Harry Potter or whatever, like some long movie, and be like, yo, so when he was like, I just left Florida. No, it's like
it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's far out.
But yeah, my birth name is mdebele. My birth name is mdebele, which means conqueror in Zulu.
How many languages do you speak? Because you spoke about like your grandmother's language, and now
you're
talking about Zulu, and you speak English clearly.
Yeah, I speak mdebele, Xhosa, I can speak and understand, Zulu, English. I can hear Afrikaans, but I can't speak it so well. But I can hear it. Like I won't go hungry, and I'll always have shelter. Like I got the basics.
Yeah.
Sotho, Tswana, I can understand and hear. Venda is like another native South African language, I don't know, but Tsonga is almost close to like Zulu almost, I can hear. So I think that's like 7 or 8. And then French.
Just randomly.
It's like I love, you know, we almost did it in school, but like people wanted to do like another language that I know that they're not using today. It was like a moment in time. We were sitting in class, and the teacher was like, the French teacher was like, okay, class, you have to vote between 2 languages. It's either you take Afrikaans, you continue with Afrikaans to grade 12, or you take French, français, parlez-vous français? And then like people decided on Afrikaans. Why this is deep? Afrikaans is like the colonizers' language that came to South Africa and basically said, we're putting Afrikaans on everything. Like you're gonna learn maths in Afrikaans. Imagine learning maths in Zulu. You don't know this language is like you know what I mean? So it's like,
well, maybe not math, because math is all numbers, right? But
still,
like
I mean,
science.
I have to tell you who Pythagoras is. You know?
Yeah.
Imagine like you're sitting there, I'm like, okay, uPythagoras umuntu oze ngezinto zokwenza ukuthi nawuthatha lokho ukuthi ufaka.
Oh my God, this is so cultural.
You're like, what the, like, whoa, what? You know, so in the class, people chose Afrikaans, and like I could do with French now, you know?
So you don't speak any French?
No, it's like, no.
Parlez-vous français?
I got a very close friend who speaks.
Bonjour.
Manger. As-tu mangé? Aujourd'hui, as-tu
Comment
mangé?
ça va?
Ça va bien, merci. You know? But it's like, I got the cheat code words. Like, oh, well, he said that. You know, but it's like, I'm not going to get us out of a situation. Yo, please tell me where the closest train station is. I have to get to the next city. I can't say that stuff in French.
Right.
So yeah, but I've got a really close friend, Alex, who's from Congo, who is, he's Swahili like by culture, but speaks French. Yeah, so I've always had like French friends in my life, and Indian friends.
Interesting.
Yo, grade 4, I went to a public school. Like I was in a private school before that, and then went to a public school. But I had this friend, Indian friend, Sarvesan Padiyachi, who was a Tamil-speaking homie in South Africa, and I've always had Indian friends, man. Like this Indian culture has been following me everywhere. You want a dhoti? Want to wear a dhoti now? Okay, you want? Okay, we'll wear it after like grade 12. You want? I got this kurtas. You want to wear it? It's like it's been following me everywhere. Now I'm in like a dhoti and
You
kurta.
comfortable in a dhoti?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can stretch. I can kick people in the face. You know, it's like it's
very versatile.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, in the winter, I don't think about it, but I mean, like, but like I like this vibe. You know, somewhere in my constellation, I'm comfortable. I don't know if it's like 12th house vibes or whatever, but like my place of like where I'm comfortable is like holy places. So like places with like temples and stuff like that. I'm like chill, you know, and like it gives me like a better chance to like focus on the important stuff, like okay, how to make money. But like the other like weird stuff is like I don't have to deal with that right now. Yeah. And you, why did you come to Mayapur?
I was forced to come here.
You were forced.
I don't know.
You were forced?
Tied me up and put me on a boat. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
No, actually, I'll tell you. So the first time I came to Mayapur was in 2009. I hated it here. I was like, this place sucks.
The first time you came?
Very first time I came here.
Minnesotan girl.
I was like, this place sucks. I don't like it here. The second time I came here was 2000,
when you were coming to Mayapur?
It was just too big.
No, I'm saying when you were coming to Mayapur, where you were coming from, was there like already like a Starbucks? Did you know like Starbucks culture and like fast food, McDonald's
I was from
culture?
America. So,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
But that's not what bothered me, because I've been everywhere else. I went to Vrindavan and Rishikesh and all that stuff, and I loved all that stuff. And I got here and I was kind of like, it's too big, and there was nothing for me to do. Like
2009.
That was 2009.
So when was the first time you came to India?
2009.
How?
What do you mean how?
Oh,
I got on a plane and went, shoo! What do you mean?
But you said you had gone to other places.
Right, so I was doing like a whole tour. So I was visiting.
Oh, this was the first place you landed?
Yeah. So, the first place I came to, first I went to my husband's village. Beautiful.
Which is where?
It's it's near Kanti.
Kanti.
Near the ocean.
Kanti.
Yeah. It's spelled Kanthi. Kanti, yeah.
Oh,
Kanti,
like Kanti.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, it's close to the ocean?
It's kind of close to the ocean. Beautiful, lots of like farmland. It's nice. It's a cute little quaint village. I liked it. It was an interesting cultural,
milking cows
and working
goats.
The land and all that. You know what I mean? It was an interesting experience coming from a city.
Yeah.
And the West.
And
just we went to Vrindavan, we went to Rishikesh, we went to Haridwar, we went to Varanasi, and
wow, you got the full experience.
Yeah, because I only had like 2 months, so you go see as much as you can. And then I got to Mayapur, I don't know, just something about this place just didn't click with me.
Really?
Yeah. It took me a while, at first I was like...
What's a while, like years?
No, it was like, I only had like 5 days. So it was like, because you know what? Because my husband is from here.
Okay.
So
Kanti is from around here?
Kanti is a village like far from here.
Like 6 hours?
But he grew up basically in Mayapur.
Okay.
He ran away from home at 15 and joined here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a story there.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. All right.
So when he came here, it was the first time in maybe a decade, he was super excited. So he would just sort of like leave me in random places and go hang out with his friends. This is like before everybody had like a cell phone, like a real good cell phone with So he'd be like, all right, sit right here, I'm coming right back. And I'd just sit there for like hours.
Really?
Yeah, and it's so big and I don't want to get lost. I don't want him to get lost looking for me because it's like, where could I be? You know what I'm saying?
So what were you doing?
And then I'd come back and be like, why are you still sitting here? I'm like, where else would I go? I know nothing here.
Like to speak with the locals. Like, hey, what's up? Y'all making
So that was like a little tough. And then like, once I figured out like where the temple was, I was like, I have a place to go, and then it was a little better.
But generally like making friends, is it easy for you?
It was just a few days, so I didn't have any friends.
No, I mean like in general, like
making friends
growing up,
here?
like making no.
Like in my life.
In general, in your life, like
no.
It's not. Wait, it's easy.
It was not.
Oh, growing up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cause in a situation like that, is what I'm thinking is like, cause we're different. I also grew up different.
Yeah.
But like, growing up making friends was like very simple for me because it's like the Zulu word I want to say is like. Upapa. Upapa is like
word.
It's like an English word would be there's another like slang word in Afrikaans called chacharach, but it's like I'm trying to think in English. It's like it's not nosy. Nosy is very like
inquisitive.
Mm-hmm.
Curious.
Yeah, in the realm of inquisitive, curious, like on the knuckle of Thanos' ring, like that close, like. What stone? clothes for like Thanos, you know. But like, yeah, inquisitive. So a space like that would be like, what's happening there, you know? But like as a woman, sometimes it can be like, there's a different culture here, you know. It's like,
yeah, I was curious, but I was happy, but I don't know, just something about Mayapur. I think it was the security. They were bullying me a lot in the temple, and then
bullying you.
You know how they're always like telling the Indians to move, and they don't know me. It's my first time.
Yeah,
so then it's like move this way, move that way, and I was just
terrible,
like, it wasn't
culture.
like, it wasn't like peaceful, you know,
it's a terrible
like
culture, like that that thing, like that whole just move thing based on how local you look.
Yeah.
Like, this is local, okay. Okay, no, you go. It's like, it's weird. It's
far out.
Yeah.
It needs some adjusting.
It does, but it's like the Indian culture here is like that, no? How would you say it's like? I mean, you've stayed here longer.
The culture.
Because I know the Indian culture in South Africa, right? And I know it's a big thing for girls and guys to kind of like keep apart. But here it's like if back there is like jazz, like keep apart. Here's like rock, like keep apart. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like culture. It's like a culture shock. What? Like, it's like, oh, okay. Because it's like, even when you see it, hey man, it's heartbreaking, because Africa or South Africa, it's very like, we stick together, you know. It's like there is that whole, okay, guys, girls, but there's also like she's my little sister, or no, he's my big brother, or whatever. There's that as well. But the respect between men and women is different. It's very different. Like here, it's very like, no, go. Whereas I feel like back home would be like, what are you doing here? You can see who's here. Why are you here? Instead of just like, go. Yeah, in a way. But I mean, these are different cultures, and that's what you see. It's like in
I think it's just a matter of like maintaining
a standard.
Some standard, yeah. Because it gets crazy here, you know what I mean?
But you see that in different religions. Like Christianity is from like Catholics, which is from like what? Italy, right? Rome, right? The style of Rome and fashion and all this stuff is like big words, well dressed, like style of Italy, which is in the culture of mainstream Christianity, like dress well, like God's smiling on me is very like, I'm making money and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And in this culture as well, in ISKCON, because it's coming from an Indian culture, that's what's in the culture. You know, it's just sometimes as like foreigners we find like yo, how much do I fit in? If the doo-doo hits the fan, how much do I really fit in?
Right.
You know, because it's like, okay, my expression is maybe I wanna sing like this when I hear the mantra. And it's like, nope. Hare Krishna, and it's like, okay, that's cool, but I got these tunes that I want to try. And it's like, nah, you know, it's like, go to Harinam, try that on Harinam. Because I don't know, I mean, this is probably like a hot take. Maybe someone can interject, but
if you feel like you don't want people to know about it, we'll cut it out.
Yeah, it's cool. So
you just let me know.
Yeah. Do they allow anyone to lead kirtan in the temple, or is it just Bengalis?
It's anyone, any men.
Oh, yeah. So it's just men, right?
Yeah.
Who just lead.
Yes. Any male.
But Bengali male.
No, it can be any any.
Have you
any-
seen like
No, Ganesh is kind of.
Yeah.
you've seen like other people lead,
Yeah.
but like out of festival time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
like Mangalati and
They just have to
greetings.
know.
No, Mangalati and greeting times.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really, anyone
Yeah,
can lead.
Really. If you're a man.
Yeah, yeah, men and women, man. You know, it's like both have their privileges. You know,
Wonder what ours is.
I mean, I would say if like women, you mean women, your privilege,
It's my privilege.
like
Waiting.
if
Go ahead.
if we got attacked,
They kill me and rape me first.
no, if apart from that,
Okay.
which is a reality.
What else?
No. I mean, like, see, like, reality,
Yeah.
right, is reality. You know what I mean? Like, the strongest survive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? So, when I'm saying, like, privileges, men and women are built different,
Yes.
right? There's, like, strength from a physical man. I can pick up this. But there's an internal strength, like giving birth or like
Yeah.
all these other things that a woman has super strength on.
Right.
But both is pashash. Like pashash
Yeah.
means
Neither one has to do with who leads the kirtan, basically.
yeah.
You know what
no,
I'm saying?
no, it's got nothing
Yeah,
to do with
it has
that.
nothing to do with who leads
Nothing
the kirtan.
to do with that. Like that, because in India,
We can agree on that for sure.
no, for real. I mean, for real. Oh my God, because it's like there's the whole like leading kirtan is from the purest of your heart and
Yeah.
but sometimes you want to hear a good kirtan, you know,
Yeah.
like we know that like we're all just singing from our hearts, but sometimes that Mataji's got a better voice than you, Prabhu. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like the
Like, this is how I always felt about Bhagavatam class, too. Like, for the longest time, only men gave Bhagavatam class, women weren't allowed.
How is it now? How is it now?
Now women give Bhagavatam class, I think, only on Fridays. But at least it's something, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But it was just like, you'll sit here and listen to all these, like, crazy classes. And it's like, why can't you allow a qualified woman to give class instead of picking any random psycho man off the street just because he has a male body? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was... the math doesn't math for me when we say we're not the bodies, but then we do all this segregation stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
that's
Like, I can
crazy.
understand, like Prabhupada said, there's like basic segregation, you know?
What do you think about the segregation in the temples with the move? How do you feel about that?
Well, when they were like pushing me around, it was needless. Like, I didn't understand why.
Yeah,
You know,
they're
it wasn't even
so-
like I was standing on the men's side. It was
They're
just like, I'm already on
they're
my
so
side.
mean with it.
Yeah.
It's
It's aggressive.
Yeah, they're so mean with it.
Yeah.
It's like a gray
Yeah.
gray sari.
Yeah.
It's like we ain't gonna add color here. It was like it's very like but I've seen like the culture here, like people are not polite.
No.
It's like it's different in
Bengalis, I don't know if it's like a village thing or
I don't know.
something.
I don't know.
They're not, yeah.
Yeah, there's not like a like in South Africa,
Mm-hmm.
like we greet each other.
Mhm.
It's like almost an offense if you come and see me sitting somewhere and not greet me. It's like it's an offense. Like
Yeah.
what the hell, man? You know?
Yeah.
And to an elder, it's like it's even worse. Like hello or whatever.
Yeah.
Acknowledge me, cause like with greetings in South Africa, like for example in Sotho, it's when you greet someone, you address them as a plural, like dumelang. Dumela is like one person, like dumela, but dumelang would be if I greeted a group of you. But the meaning behind that,
Wait, so, yeah, sorry, you were going to
Yeah.
explain what I was going to ask. Yeah.
the meaning behind that is when you greet someone and as a plural, you acknowledge their ancestors.
Interesting.
So it's like dumela. If I'm saying dumela,
Mm-hmm.
is like it's saying hello, but it's also like now I'm addressing you personally, like what's happening, like, you know. But Dumelang is like Sanbonani. It's like that's Zulu. It's like Sawubona is like one person. Dumelang. It's always like a person is a person because of the people that they come from. So every time when you greet, it's always like everyone. Yeah. Like, I mean, in Japanese culture, I think it's the same way. Like, before they eat, they say what? Itadakimasu, which means all the hands that took part in blessing this food, all the hands that took part in creating what is on my plate, bless them.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So it's like, it's always that. But like with other cultures, it's just like singular address.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how we took a tangent on that, but I'm just talking about like how, because we're an international society, we don't know much about the international society that's here. It's like there's just like a lot of mainstream cultures that get the shine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it, but it's like there's other people here, you know?
Right.
Like if I'm black, I'm not from Nigeria only. You know, there's other parts where people like this. There's people like this who are from Italy.
Yeah.
Like there's this girl I met, Jambavan, I think her name is. Italian. Yeah, like I think either mixed race or whatever. But if we were in Africa, you'd be like black. You know, I mean, there's these words you use for where you are. If she was in the neighborhood, it was like, yo, she black. You know, but if she's here, it's like, oh no, it's mixed race. There's a bit of Italian, a bit of Ghanaian, you know, or a bit of, you know, but like, depending where you are, it's like, there it is, like Trevor Noah. You know Trevor Noah?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Trevor Noah in his neighborhood wasn't looked at like,
Well, he's a little bit Swiss, and he's a little bit.
You got that? You got that Swiss? No, it was like, it's a black guy, Daywalker, or something. They called him Daywalker or something like that. Yeah. I really feel like the culture should be explored more. The instruments in the different cultures. You know, like there's so much, but you know.
But do you feel like it's too like Bengali?
Oof.
And then the Western, like a more Western style, is like on a platform. Do you think it's like that? Do you have thoughts?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It really feels like that. And it's funny because what you're talking about is the problem, I guess, with the ISKCON is that as soon as you start bringing it up, you start getting flagged as a Krishna West. And everyone's all like, oh, it's Krishna West. You know?
Oh yeah, Krishna West is about like that, like
just
like it's still like
come as you who you are. You
like
know
it's
what
still
I mean?
Hare Krishna, like it's still the same as everything, but none of the heavily one cultured. I mean, I don't even want to say
in core. That's what Krishna West is. The reason why actually people dislike it is because it got exaggerated to some heavy extremes.
Right.
But the problem is that nowadays in ISKCON, as soon as you start bringing anything like this up, everyone starts flagging it as Krishna West.
Yeah.
But how good are they doing? Like, are they doing well?
What do you think?
They're decent. They're quite popular in South America.
I mean, it's a preaching tool, you know? So that it's not like you bring, you know, like in the 70s, you bring someone to the temple, you put them in a sari.
Shave them.
You know what I mean? You shave them up. It's not like that. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it used to be like that back in the day. You leave home, throw all your, you know, you give your things away, and you live out of a little milk carton crate thing.
I was fanatic at some point.
So it's like now Krishna West is just sort of like, look, this is not what Krishna consciousness is. It's just about like who we are as spirit souls. That's the aim. And it kind of provides like it's like an intermediate between, you know, not being a devotee at all and then like that high, you know, Vedic standard, you know? And I think it's pretty successful. Like I'll give you an example, like Krishna House in Gainesville has that kind of vibe, and if you meet those people, they're like transcendental. Like they're from another planet. They're happy to do service. They don't really bicker and fight, and they're enthusiastic. They love Prabhupada's books. You know what I mean? Like it's the way it's supposed to be.
Gainesville, Florida. Every time when you ask them, like, so where are you from? Gainesville, Florida. It's like it's always like a like
It's in Alachua.
Yeah, because they Alachua.
Yeah.
Because they know it's like that community is like it's a proper Krishna conscious.
Yeah, Alachua.
Yeah, like to the best of your ability, you know? Like we're gonna do a kirtan. Do you have a shaker? That's cool, just bring it as long as you come, you know? Don't swear, just respect like our environment. These are the people who are helping us, non-judgmental, everything is fine. It's like a place like that, I would be happy to encourage anyone to go or to come with me there.
Right.
But like when you think of a place that's like just that one culture is there, like there's a few people who are a bit more not radical, but it's like I'm black conscious, right? Like as a movement, or like how Bhakti Tirtha Swami was in the Black Panthers. It's like I come from a Rastafarian. I used to live a Rastafarian lifestyle, so like reading on Marcus Garvey and Martin Luther King and all these things, and I know Wagwan. So there's some people who, let's say, like, okay, now I'm interested. I like this movement, and I'm happy here. But I also have like people who are like, oh, so you're doing the Indian thing, you know? And I mean, that's cool. That's how they see it. But they're still my people, and they're still people I share space with. I wouldn't be quick to invite them to something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like there's like a, yeah, don't come for this one.
You don't sit this one out.
Yeah, sit this one out. Come to the other one, because I know they're gonna be coming there and be like, oh, a black god, cool. I like this.
Yeah.
I like this.
We're good so far.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, he's playing the flute. You know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Looks like there's a party there. There's the girls, and that's his girl. Okay. I like this. I like this. I like this.
Yeah.
But
everybody's dancing.
Everyone's dancing.
We're good.
This is cool. But as soon as like the standard questions come up, like, are you from Africa? Do you know so and so? It's like okay, I'll do it, but I wouldn't invite them. But to a place like that you're talking about, that's more inclusive. That's more like, instead of, that's more probably like, so where in Africa are you from? Do you guys like play the djembe? What do you play? What's happening? It's like, oh, who are you? What's happening? It's like Bulgaria. I don't know nothing about Bulgaria. Like I got homies in Bulgaria, but it's like not a lot of things I know about it.
Yeah.
But the people who I've met who are from Bulgaria are pretty chill. They're pretty chill. Yeah. They're pretty chill. It's like, yeah, for real. It's like I've never had like a bad, I mean, everyone's not the same or whatever, but the people who I've met are like pretty chill. Yeah. There's this Prabhu called Hare Krishna, a brahmachari. Yeah, I don't know if he's still a brahmachari or what, but chill, you know? So I think culturally the best thing you could do if you met someone who's from a different world, the etiquette would be finding out more about that world. Okay, so you're from Venezuela. Where is Venezuela? Like, do you guys play sport? I like sports. What do you guys, you don't know, we play volleyball. Oh, volleyball? Nah, volleyball's not big where I'm from. And then it's like, it's more personal than, are you reading the Srimad Bhagavatam? Which canto are you on? Yeah. And then we start philosophizing, but I know jack about jack. Yeah. It's better if it's like, oh, are you from here? Oh, this world, yeah. That's interesting. I heard something from this book that mentions something. Then it's like a more personal encounter than half hugs. Yeah. You know, a half hug. You know the half hug when someone just puts their head on your chest here. It's not even like a hug. It's like, anyway, yeah. But otherwise, there's a lot of peace of mind I'm getting in Mayapur. My God. I'm surrounded by amazing people. I mean, politics is politics. It's a material world. You know, but it's like
quarrel and hypocrisy.
Dude, I'm so happy. I feel like I can like write up an album Like if I'm around like someone who's making proper beats and I can ride to, like I feel like I'm in that creative space where it's like, I want to paint the Mona Lisa. You know, it's like there's a part of me that's like
there is
happy.
like a creativity type energy here. I don't know if you feel that way too.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that because Lord Vishnu is the original creator, naturally devotees are creative, right? Because everything comes like you know what I mean? Like,
come on, take it there.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Come on, take it there. Yeah?
Like creation comes from him. He's the original inventor. So all of us with our creative potencies, like we feel that when we're here.
That's interesting.
Right? Like I was like, that makes sense. Right? So when you talk about like being more creative, I'm very creative here. When I go to America, I'm like, I don't know what to make a video about. What am I going to, Target? You know what I mean? Like, how many times am I going to show you I'm going to Target? You know what I mean? Got toilet paper, I got my milk, like, you know what I mean? But I'm here, I'm like, okay, I can make a video about the Dham. I can do a podcast and look at all these great people that I'm meeting, and you know what I mean? Like, it's there. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's like a crazy question I want to ask you right now.
Do it.
When we heard about COVID, why were Americans buying a lot of toilet paper?
That's the $1 million question.
Like, why?
That's the $1 million question.
I remember we saw that, like, and you kept seeing it, like you kept seeing the feed. It's like, why?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question.
Like, you know the type of question, like when you're sleeping, you're like, but why?
But why?
Why? You know, it's like, like there was a time,
and the craziest thing is, it's like it's COVID. They're buying all the toilet paper, and then you round the corner, and it's like all the medicine is still there.
Bruh.
You know what I mean?
Essentials are nothing is getting sold.
Yeah. So like, you know, like I remember my boss. I just started working, and like my boss was like, there was no toilet paper, but there was still like tissues, like like to blow your nose, like Kleenex. So he's like, so I just bought that, and I was like, I'm Indian, so.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
It's like insane.
So this was not an issue for me.
Yeah.
But people were like freaking out with this toilet paper thing. I don't know if people just panic buy, so they just buy whatever. I don't know if it's like a thing
I think my take on it at least is that people, it just so happened by coincidence that a lot of that started being bought, and when people noticed that it was going low, then it just caused like an avalanche of more and more.
And it's like, why toilet paper? You know?
Yeah. So I couldn't tell you about the toilet paper. I mean, pet food was another one.
Pet food?
Yeah.
Pet food?
Yeah. They were buying pet foods. And
why?
Because it was like, there was like all these rumors at the time that they were going to like shut the streets down, military walking up and down the roads and all kinds of like.
There's 2 pets a week.
You know what I mean? Like some far out stuff. So people like just panic bought things. I think there was also like this idea like, I'm going to buy everything and then sell it at a high price. So they would just buy out things and sell it on like Amazon. Yeah.
Well, I do have a very clear memory here in Mayapur of my dad coming home with like 2 sacks. Actually 3 sacks, one of rice, one of dal, and one of potatoes. And just coming home with like
lock the door and like, alright.
And we're like, dude, wait, what? We still have that rice.
You know, with COVID, one thing I feel like, I mean, you know, when you get asked like, what would you change in your life? Like something that I feel like could have had, I don't know, like a different experience to me personally. When COVID happened, I was in Vrindavan and was scrambling to get a flight back to SA. And there were the last 2 flights. One had the cricket team. They're like, we can't put you on that flight, sir. Sorry. You know?
Tandulekar is on that flight. It's like, what?
You know what I mean? And then the second one is like, yeah, we can squeeze you in. But there was a moment, like just like right there was a moment. Do you watch Marvels? Do you guys watch Marvels?
A little.
You guys suck, man. Why don't you watch Marvels?
I mean, after Spider-Man 2, I was over it. Like, I get it. They get a superpower and they fight some bad guys and win. Then they start to lose and then something great happens. You know?
Oh my god!
Like, I kind of get it.
like Doctor Strange is a magician.
Okay.
Who goes to Kathmandu, Nepal, to learn ancient magician things to do. Right? Like open portals, whatever.
Yeah.
So there's a part on Marvel Comics What If where he's about to make like a big choice that can change his like life or whatever, and his master splits his reality, like his time, sort of like his when you edit, what's it called, like a timeline,
Yeah.
timeline, yeah, like change his timeline, like if this was his timeline, did that to it. So what I'm saying is that there's a moment just when COVID was hitting where I think one side of me stayed in India and the other one went back to South Africa.
Right.
The one that went to
created like a multiverse. I think that's what that's called.
Yeah, the one that went to South Africa, okay, also, you know, like experienced COVID and was in the, you know, in the reality of it or whatever. But the other side, I feel like Mobile went to South Africa. Mobile is my name.
Yeah.
Mobile went to South Africa and then Jambavan stayed. Jambavan, I feel like Jambavan would be like a totally different person now, like with kids.
Really?
Yeah.
You think you would have met somebody? And
yeah, like kids, like maybe not settle down, but like, I don't know, just like a different version.
So then do you regret having gone back in a weird way?
No.
Okay.
It's like, because I feel like there's a reset that happened. Like I'm here now and everything is back in place, but how I've grown is exponentially more than the dude who would have stayed. You know what I mean? He would have grew more here. You know, like where to go, who to speak to, which networks to tap into.
You would have settled in.
Yeah.
Basically.
You know? And yeah, making Mayapur a base is not a bad idea, you know? You just have to be strategically placed in a place where you can be in the community but not touching the politics. You know, it's like a minute, but you know, it's like, hey, community, but like politics, I have to go, you know, like Narad Muni vibe, you know what I mean? It's like and dip. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. I really wouldn't mind. Yeah, I'm too Sagittarian anyway to just tell someone to their face, you know, because I'm comfortable with who I am and where I'm from and how I'm raised. I can just speak and tell the truth to someone. But it's very important not to tell the truth and hurt someone.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, why does hurtfulness have to be included in truth telling?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah. Yeah, that's that.
Cool.
Yeah, what are you listening to now?
A lot of podcasts.
Like podcast.
Yeah. I don't know, I don't listen to as much music anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Like not even kirtan, nothing?
Nothing.
You don't listen to music?
No.
Yo. Bruh.
I like have phases, but right now I'm like in a heavy podcast phase.
Okay. Well,
just because I'm always trying to learn, you know, like what's the latest topics, how to manage a podcast, like that kind of stuff. So
like how to save it from it dying.
Well, even just like I learned just from seeing how other people do it, like you know, like I don't like Google how to podcast because you don't really get a lot of information. But like if you watch them, like you'll get some ideas.
Yeah, because I mean, like
know?
if the vibe of the podcast is dying, you just ask about something random, you know, like why can't sharks swim backwards?
Why?
Because they're gills and they die and suffocate. Oh. But it's like then you can start talking about sharks. But check, like, what are you listening to, Creeper?
Oh, I listen to all sorts of stuff.
Like top 5 now. What's happening in your playlist
right now?
Like if we were to pull out your liked songs
let's do it.
and play it. Well, we can't because of censorship.
I'm actually going to play it, but I'll look at it.
Okay.
So we got You guys know like that? You guys know that recent Hindi movie that came out, Pathan?
Nah, bro.
What's the music?
Pathan. And this is like a Spanish Hindi mix.
Interesting.
Like never ever, ever, never, never, ever, ever,
Yeah.
never ever.
Well, why would you?
I don't know.
That would be like, have you listened to South African music? Why would I? Why would I ever listen to South African music? Do you see what I'm saying?
No, bro. Like I've played. My playlist is.
Well, you are like a very international person.
But I mean, thank you. It sounds so nice to hear.
But I get like very open-minded. You like to like see different things. And
like yo,
different,
man,
different vibes.
Yeah, yo.
Do you have Trinidadian music? Like, do you have like
I
chutney
don't
or
know.
soca? Or
You must send me something.
I will send you something.
Something.
Yeah.
It's like Steve has tried playing some for me, but some of it is very like lickety, you know.
What?
I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it's cool, but it's like it's sometimes always too tropical.
Yeah, that's the music. That's
I
the vibe.
know. It's nothing.
It's tropical. It's hot. We gotta move our bodies. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. Beautiful people in Trinidad.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, God. Yeah, even Seychelles. Yeah, beautiful people. You get to an age where everyone is beautiful.
Yeah.
Right?
Like one day it just sort of clicks.
It hits and it's like, ooh.
I remember like that when it happened.
You know, it's like
I just like looked at my mom. I'm like, wow, she's so pretty.
Bruh. It's like,
you know what I mean? And then I'm like, wow, all these people are just really pretty.
I guess I have to hit that still.
Maybe.
I'm too young.
You know?
And sometimes I think sometimes maybe it's not an age thing. Sometimes it's also like acceptance thing. Like I don't know, like when you spend time with yourself and you just love yourself and you can do things and you know, and then you start seeing it in other people. And it's like, damn, man, you've been working out.
Yeah.
Like it's like like squats, something like that. Yeah, but like. It's really amazing. Like a lot of people like start looking beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, and like I was sure. You see, when you go to auditions, right? Like back in South Africa, like I have like a professional. Like that's like another profession I do, like acting on ads and stuff like that. We shot like a short film now. You know, we can put the link in the description.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to say that on the podcast. Check out the link in the description. Anyway.
Links in the description below.
Yeah, below. So it's like I was always just like used to a spectrum of sort of like people or whatever. Even though I'm not vain myself, but yeah, like just a bit you could see like, hey, wait, these are like people I'm chilling with.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not like consciously chilling with these type of people, but like I'm chilling with these type of people, like models and like DJs and
right.
And it's like a world. I'm like, yeah, but this is my world. I'm used to this.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened, and then now it's like, oh wow, like everyone is so beautiful.
Oh.
Like everyone is just so beautiful, man. I mean, I don't think people for me have felt. Like if I'm around people, I felt like they're judged. Have you felt judged around me?
Judged around you?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Really?
Don't say it because the camera's on.
No, I'd tell you.
Never ever. Oh, you'd say?
Oh, for sure. I don't hide anything.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Have I ever felt judged by you? No.
Have
really?
Have you?
I've always had kindness from you.
Have you heard me judge other people? Okay, let me say it like this, because there's a difference between criticize and judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we're like spilling tea, it's kosher. You know what I mean? It's fine. We're good. We good. But 5 minutes. Have we been talking for like an hour?
Really?
It's been. This goes really fast.
I feel like we haven't even started.
We didn't even get to the question. We didn't even get the get to know you question.
They ask us maybe.
Usually it's just like, how are you? I'm fine. How's your car? Your girlfriend or whatever?
I feel like we need to do one more with them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Part 2.
It goes fast.
You ask a question maybe. Like
ask a question.
All right. So the get to know you question is, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
What's the best piece of advice I have ever received? Is to love life is to know a little about everything.
Did you hear that tick-ticky?
Yeah.
It was just me?
Yeah, the tick-ticky is also like a sign from like the cosmos for me too. Like,
Really?
You heard that, right? You heard that? No, for me, sometimes like I've made it that.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah.
like if I'm talking and then I hear it, I'm like, you see?
Yeah.
It's like a conscious.
They say in
please say some mystic
Bengal.
thing. Say some mystic, please.
No, in Bengal they say, because they say like the lizards, they listen to everybody's conversation. So when you say something correct, they're saying yes. Tick, tick, tick. Tick in Bengali means correct. So when they go tick, 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 it means correct. So that's why you're like, see?
That.
So because they're everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
they hear all the conversations. So that's what that means. So whenever you hear, they go tick, 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 tick. Oh, see, I'm right. Yeah. I'm right. He said I'm right.
I'm right, because it's like I find it easier to move in these spaces. Like you calling me an international man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Tando used to say to me, or used to call me an international man of mystery. You know, it's like what I found easy to maneuver in spaces is like the little that I'm finding out about the cultural nuances, about music, about how people dress, like married women like have this, or how does it look like that in that culture. It just helps me maneuver easily with these circles.
Yeah.
And I find like with how people like perceive me is like very it's Jambavan, it's just Jambavan. It's because maybe it's a karma thing, but I really do give up. You know? Like I give a about people. And
you care about people.
I do. And sometimes it's like misused because you get people who are not going through like good things, and all they can do is just like leech and suck and project. You know, I mean, it happens to all of us. It happens to me. But it's like when you're around that, it might be like harder to like appreciate a certain space or something you learn. But the mantra I'd like to keep on is that to know a little about everything. It's like it's best on everything is best. Like, you know, if someone has like a weird accent, not everyone sounds Spanish. There's people who can't hear the difference between someone who's got a Spanish accent and a Bulgarian accent. It's like, you speak funny. But it's like, they don't know, like, wait, okay, you might be from, you know, or you might be from. It's like, Africa? You know, it's like, nah, bro. Not at all.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But yeah. And there's Google everywhere.
Yeah. Exactly. There's
Google.
There's no reason to be ignorant
Google.
in this age.
You know, let's ask Baba Google. You know, and then he'll tell us. Yeah. Yeah. That was your question asked?
I can't think of the best piece of advice I ever got. What's the best piece of advice I've ever been given?
This is a very good piece of advice.
A very good piece of advice? I'm always giving advice. I don't take notice. I'm just kidding.
Please leave that.
I'm joking. The best piece of advice I've ever been given. I don't know. That was really far out. I don't know.
Wow.
What?
Doesn't that say a lot about how much, like maybe how much you're giving advice?
I'm giving a lot of advice.
No, like, but it's.
But I give a lot of advice.
No, but it says a lot about how it's like you're giving advice.
Yeah.
But you don't remember advice you were given.
Yeah.
Like
I'm always listening to things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's
like I'm always hearing things and taking it under advice. But if you're asking me, no electricity. Anyways, but if you're asking me like, what's the best piece of advice? Like the thing that I like, it's on the top. I think about it.
That you can think of in a
dictates all of
podcast
my
spontaneously.
You know what I mean? It dictates all of my decisions. I mean, I don't know if it's advice, like instructions. Do you think of like instructions as advice? I was listening to what you were saying, so I didn't think about what it was. But like,
even that in of itself is significant to the way how you deal.
Why?
Because just
what's happening?
No, sorry, we're just psychoanalyzing. That's all.
Go ahead, tell me. I want to know.
I'm saying the entire time you were listening to what he was saying.
Yeah.
You were listening to his thing.
I was giving him my energy.
Yeah, exactly. You don't. That's the thing. You're like, you're giving energy. You
Yeah.
give a lot.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's your energy.
Is that bad?
It's not bad.
It can be bad.
Well,
I mean, I guess
anything in excess
is bad.
Can be bad.
You know.
Either extreme can be bad. I mean, we're coming to actually the best advice I got is that anything in extreme can be problematic, even if in of itself is not bad. That's the best advice I've got.
Yeah.
Is don't not to jump to either extreme essentially.
Nice.
Yeah, because it's like a homie could be chanting all these rounds every day, but are they a cool homie? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can like someone who just like tell you the Srimad Bhagavatam from back to front, like chant all the rounds today. I chanted all of them.
Yeah.
Like, any round you think I got it.
Yeah.
But they'll push you. Like standing in line.
Right. Or they're just like a nasty person, you know what I mean? Like they just... I'm like just running through like things my parents say. Something that I always bring up, I'll tell you this, something my mom used to say when I was little, right? And I always remember it, like whenever I'm in certain situations or talking to people.
Like where you have to speak
She says, it was a threat, okay? It was a threat. It was a mom. She was my mom.
Yeah.
So if you can't hear, you'll feel. Meaning like, if you don't listen to what I'm saying, I'm gonna beat you.
Oof.
But it's also applicable to life. Like if you don't listen to like life advice, what I'm telling you, what the books tell you, what life is telling you, karma will show you. Life will show you.
There's like the exactly same thing, a slightly different way that people say it is like those who don't have a strong mind will have strong arms. Because basically, if you don't put your mind together, you're gonna have to be working a lot. Wow.
So that's always my best piece of advice. I think you can't hear, you'll feel, but it's like not. I'm gonna give you licks, It's like life is gonna show you,
But it's like
that's the best piece of it. I always reference. I even told my kids yesterday this.
Another heartbreaking thing is like I grew up listening to hip hop, right? And hip hop has like formed a lot of my cultural whatever, and had a group of friends who listened to hip hop. But what's heartbreaking today is to see some of these friends who live certain lifestyles that are not to what we used to listen to. Like we used to listen to like positive hip hop, nothing like booty.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously there was the songs about booty,
right?
But
it used to be about life.
Yeah, life, like the positive stuff.
Yeah,
and they don't lead those lives.
Yeah, these days I've noticed a lot of it. I mean, I love it, but it's like showing off, flashy things, like, you know what I mean? Like booty, whatever.
I mean, nothing wrong
with booty. You know what I
mean?
Nothing's wrong with little booty. I
don't know if you're going to leave that in the interview.
But I'm just saying, like...
Nothing wrong with booty.
The PG podcast. We're gonna have to add a parental advisor.
Yeah.
Damn, so you didn't ask me any questions, from...
We're gonna have to do a part 2.
We didn't have time.
I swear to God, we're gonna have to do a part 2.
You could just join this podcast.
No? We're gonna have Narayan as a guest instead.
And then Narayan will be a guest.
But I want to have mine as well. Because it's like... I like poking questions,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just like to have...
I think Jambavan actually asked Prema a lot more questions than Prema asked Jambavan.
Yeah, because I feel like that's what...
I didn't feel that way at all. What?
Exactly.
That's what it sounded like.
That's what it has to feel like. You see, I also listen to podcasts every day.
Who do you listen to?
Every day. Mac G.
Okay.
It's South African.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it keeps me in touch with South Africa.
Yeah.
Because it's like they speak about... Basically, his style is very like... If a bunch of dudes were chilling somewhere, how would they be speaking? You know,
Right.
like from LGBT, whatever. Like, the scale goes like that. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, but what do you think about it? He's like, nah, man, I don't know, man. I come from a strict culture that, you know, doesn't support da-da-da-da. Like, yeah, but I mean, you're in the arts world, so how do you maneuver? Because everyone, like, is creative and can be anything. Yeah, you know, yeah. It's like, and then they can say, like, some hardcore stuff and some soft. It's like the style is very, like, whoa.
Everywhere.
Whoa.
You get a lot of different perspectives, though.
Yo, yeah.
It's in English?
Yeah, it's in English, yeah. Well, yeah, it's in English. I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
Very... Yeah, I mean, obviously there's certain words but I think it's got a subtitle thing when they don't speak.
Okay.
Like, yeah, like he interviews like he interviewed nudists this other time, and like nudist communities in South Africa, like where do they hold their nudist like parties, and what happens at a nudist party? What happens if someone gets a boner? What happens? You know, it's like what's the, because you can see it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like
you just
whoa,
know.
yo. So there's like rules and regulations. Like if someone gets a boner, like there's a place where you could like kind of go, or they tell you like no, like maybe you can leave. Or
Yeah.
something, like take your thing. But it's like. It's sort of like an environment they create that's comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like...
But then I just like imagine like 100 naked guys behind a rock, like trying to figure their boner out. They're all just standing like...
But I mean, but it's like...
They're just like slapping it.
But I mean, you know what I mean? It's like yeah. You know what I mean? And there's like conversations, you know, how you feel about your body, you know. And can you imagine speaking about the insecurities you have about your body, naked to someone who's also naked? That's like a whole different
Right.
like, yo, look at my man boobs, man. I don't know what to do, you know. Like I feel sexy, but am I sexy? And then you're naked. It's like, anyway, that's like just one of them, of many interesting like podcasts, you know. Like, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I like that vibe of the podcast where it feels like you're hanging out with friends.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that. That's what I try to do here.
Even
you know?
Joe Rogan's the same, right?
Yeah, in many ways.
Yeah.
I think so.
Intellectual, but like chilled.
But you're just hanging out with your friends, you know? Like, we're just talking, you know? That's kind of what I aim for. I didn't want it to be like with this one, like, I didn't want it to be like, now we're going to talk about, you know, Achincha Beta Beta Tattva and how you know what I mean? Like, the differences between Madhvacharya and Ramanujacharya's sampradayas and the effect it has on ISKCON culture. Like, I just want to know about you, where you're from, how you got here, like what's happening in your life, what's important to you. Like,
if you were to ask me that, like that Achinta Beta Beta type of stuff, like I would turn it back to you. I'd be like, what is that exactly?
Yeah.
Because I really don't know. Like I hear the stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I'm about that Hare Krishna mantra.
Right,
you know?
right.
It's like the other stuff I hear, like who's that? Oh yeah, he did that. Or oh no, needed salt from a boat and then cover the temple, build a temple. It's like there's things I know, but the names I'm like, oh yeah, who's that again?
Yeah.
But there's certain circles where if you don't know, it's like, oh, you don't know.
It's the basic.
Like, bro, I don't know.
Like,
bro.
why would I ever know that for
Like,
my
where
daily living?
Where was Srila Prabhupada born? I don't know.
Calcutta.
You know? Yeah, but it's like it's like certain things. Like I know it's like around Vrindavan. It's like nah. It's like nah, bro. He went there. It's like oh snap.
Good.
Yeah, I've read the Prabhupada Leela as well, but it's like I'm not that good with that stuff, you know. But I shouldn't feel like I'm dumb in this community because I don't know that stuff. But there's circles like that where it's like people just like go into reciting shlokas. It's like, damn, like you know it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if there's a kirtan, oh, I'll show you what time it is. You know, whether I grab a drum or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, I think what's nice about Krishna consciousness is you don't need to know.
No.
You don't need to know what Achincha Beta Beta Tattva is, you know?
No, just
respect
everyone. Respect the culture that you're getting.
Yeah.
You should be fine.
Remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Boom, that's it. That's it.
Fine.
You know, like.
You know, there's like hardcore questions that you have that can be better answered one-on-one.
So how do you feel about upper sampradayas and their influence?
Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear this. Upper sampradayas. No, but I want to hear like some of it. Yeah?
No. I was just putting some words together.
They just said the words.
Yeah. I mean, I went to this other sampradaya. I think it's a sampradaya called. They greet they say.
Radha Shan. Oh.
It's in Vrindavan though. They say.
I know they greet like that in Vrindavan.
They greet.
Radhe. Sham.
It's a temple where everything, the standard Sri Haridas.
Interesting. Fascinating.
You heard about it?
I've never.
Sri Haridas.
That's how they greet each other.
Yeah, Sri Haridas, Sri Haridas. That temple, that whole place. No mobile phones allowed anywhere. Don't text nobody. Don't take a picture. Don't let it ring. It's like switch it off.
Yeah.
When you go into the temple. You know how Vrindavan monkeys are like.
Wow.
Yeah. Chilled.
Really?
Like there are monkeys everywhere. Like you're walking, they're chilled.
Yeah.
The cats and the monkeys are like chilled together, like playing. Chilled together, like you feel like you're in another world. The sand has been kept the same way. The trees in that place don't get cut because even when they're chopped off like half, the wood that's used is not from them. It's like taken out. The doors are like traditional style, Vrindavan style, 2-door open style because in Vedic culture, it's considered that a door that opens one side is inauspicious.
Interesting.
It should open twice like this.
Wow.
It's like they keep like traditional, and the Maharaj of that place or the Guru, whatever, never leaves that place ever in his life.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's far out.
Yeah, it's like you're in another. Their Vyasasan.
It sounds very peaceful.
Their Vyasasan is made from sand. That place is like it's like they take sand and then level it.
How did you even find this place?
I got people who know people.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, it's like other higher sampradayas who help. I'm joking, but like there's a brahmachari pujari friend from there who knows and Radhesham. You know Radhesham from Vrindavan who paints the Radheshams. Radhe?
No.
Okay, you know the famous paintings in Vrindavan?
Of Radhe.
The Radhe?
Yeah.
The dude who does that.
Yeah.
That's who I was with on that day.
Okay.
And we just hung out. And
he does like the drawings in Mayapur also, Radha Krishna, the big ones?
Does he? I don't know.
Are you talking about
Thin.
Nasimo?
No.
Kartamika Pila?
No, Radhe. His name is Radhesham.
Okay, that's someone else.
Yeah. cool, homie. We went there. To wash their utensils, they don't use soap. They use sand and water.
Why? What is this?
Yo, man, I'm telling you, that place. It's like when you're eating your food, some of it has like
Sand.
Yeah, you're like.
You know, you get there and you're like, this is okay. I can live with this. This is interesting. Okay, you know, it's a little bit unbearable. Something's really wrong. Okay, you know what? I'm really hungry. Like, I need to figure.
Prasadam is amazing.
Really, even though there's a little bit of sad in it.
Mahaprasad, rice prasad, chapati prasad.
But it's got sand in it.
Yeah, no, it's like.
You just said.
Yeah, it's like a bit, not like. No, it's just like bits and pieces. You know, I mean, enough not to like disturb you, but like they like everyone gets given a plate, everyone gets dished, and then because they keep it so natural. the locals or the people in there who serve the temple go up on the trees and hold like sticks to keep any monkeys coming in. And then they do that every meal. It's like a service of theirs. And they dress like tilak. Sometimes they just dress it like that, like on the face. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. It's really, really cool. Like the mood there is is not Vrindavan.
Yeah.
It's like
It's far out.
Like heavenly. Yo, man. Oh. Not even socks. No socks. Yeah, you take off everything.
I have to look this up. I'm so
Sri
curious now.
Haridas.
Sri Haridas.
Sri
In Vrindavan.
Haridas, yeah. In Vrindavan. Sri Haridas. I mean, Radha Sham was even saying, like, not even a lot of locals come here or know this place.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I visited some crazy, awesome places in Vrindavan. It was my first time in Ayendra Prabhu's room. That was also like, personally, I don't know if this is still rolling.
Yeah, and it's
It's 1 hour 18 minutes though.
Yeah.
it's like 4:12 right now.
There was a point I was making. I was
Yes.
saying, what was I saying? Sri Haridas, okay, that was finished.
Yes.
That's finished now.
So, actually,
Nah, okay, it's done.
you don't get
Nah.
it.
Yeah, I think it's done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot why I spoke about that place, but it's really peaceful there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
That was one good podcast.
Huh?
That was one good podcast.
That was
Really?
interesting. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How did it feel? It felt like our conversations.
I
Yeah.
feel like it was better than the one me and you had about aliens and Kate and whatnot.
Yo, there's some crazy stuff about aliens in South Africa as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
We have to save that for another. It's 4:12.
Okay,
So
cool.
thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Will you come? Maybe you could come next week. We can continue talking.
Maybe not
if you
next
want.
week, but
Week
next
after.
time.
Next time.
Next time.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
All
'Cause
right.
I don't want to lie.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for watching our show. If you want to find out more about us, please check out the links in the description box below. We are not just on YouTube, we're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Be good to each other and be good to yourselves. And thank you for being Dham good.
Blue cool.
Here it is, this week's Harinam.
Wu-Tang is for the children. Blue cool.
Oh my god!
Perfect timing.
Nice!
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.